name is Ren. आज आप सबको एक कहानी सुनाता हूँ. वैसे कहानी इस जमाने की है, गुमसुम सी है, अधूरी सी है, मेरी जिंदगी की ही है. शायद इसे इस तरह कहने में मेरी ही मजबूरी है, पर क्या करे, साला जमाना ही कुछ ऐसा है.
Thank you all for coming to support Aunties. Okay. As usual, we know that our Indian functions are known to start at time. Definitely we started on time, I do appreciate. This is not like a regular Indian function, as you know this one. As when Sanjay was growing up and all my kids were growing up, I was thinking that like when I was attending one of my big brothers, big family members like Arangetram, like Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi and music and all that stuff. I had a dream that I'm going to do one day for my kids. Okay. Of course, God has given us our family a different route. This is a different thought. So I never imagined, and we never imagined in our house that we are raising a artist in our family. Okay. One side of family comes from the education, teachers. My mom and my dad were teachers, and my in-laws, they were police officers and politicians. Okay. Come on. So there is no way that we're going to produce some random artist in our house. Okay. So during his high school career, I was taking him to the comedy shows. Okay. In afternoon, Sunday, Addison Comedy Club. All the 3 years I drove there, and I get roasted there. I get roasted about my parenting. I get roasted about how I talk with him, how I slap him. Of course, I'm driving him to get slap on my face. And it looks like that. I was thinking that it was a hobby, but eventually, it turned out he was practicing his voice. He was practicing his art. Okay, let's back. I'm becoming emotional. Okay, let's come back that one. Then after that, suddenly he decided he wants to go to art school, high school. Mom helped him to go to the high school. That's a big choice. Then he started driving to Dallas. Then things started. So I feel like this is a non-traditional, I would say, debut for my son, and he performed at Addison Comedy Club, Dallas Comedy Club, New York, and so many places. He worked at SNL. SNL also, Saturday Night Live, if you watch it. We're all proud to have him here, and thank you for your patience, and really appreciate it. Welcome, Sanjay. And Sanjay, once again, before I say, Sanjay has a little different awkward observation of the society, and mom is going to be roasted, I'm going to be roasted, family is going to be roasted, probably Indian community is going to get roasted. And please bless him with that's what we are looking as a family. Please bless him, encourage him. I do appreciate it. Let's welcome Sanjay. Going for that random bald guy.
Thanks so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is beautiful. I've never gotten to do stand-up comedy in the place that I grew up, to the people I've grown up with, so this is really beautiful. This is a beautiful evening for me, so thank you again for being here.
Yeah. I was nervous to produce this show. I was for sure nervous to produce this show. This is a very experimental show. I don't know if you can tell by looking at yourselves, but this is the weirdest audience I've done stand-up comedy to. Okay, here's why I was nervous. Okay, how many of you guys have been to a comedy show before? Clap if you guys have been to. Okay, couple of people. Okay, cool. Majority haven't. Okay, majority haven't. Okay, and I was nervous because of that reason. Because I took my parents to see a comedy show a couple of years ago. It didn't go well. They didn't like the comedian. And I don't know if you've ever taken your parents to see something that they end up not liking, but when that happens, you become involved in the creative process behind that product. I don't know if that makes sense. I took my mom to see this comedian named Bill Burr. Took my mom to see Bill Burr, right? Some of you are laughing because you know who Bill Burr is. I took my mom to see Bill Burr, and then towards the end, we were driving home, she didn't like it, and then she just goes, I can't believe you said that about women. I was like, I didn't say anything. I was sitting there, I was next to you. And she's like, no, I bet you wrote those jokes for him. What? But okay, I get it though, I get it, because that's how I feel when I watch slavery movies with my white friends. That's how I feel when I watch slavery movies with white people. I'm like, that guy looks a lot like you. Why would you let them do that? Why are you hitting him that hard? God, stop! But no, it should be a good show. It should be a good show. I was nervous again because, okay, I was asking all my friends. I wanted to produce this show for a long time, but I didn't know how it worked. I was asking all my friends, what makes a good comedy show? What makes a good comedy show, right? What makes a great comedy show? Everybody said the same thing. Everyone said the same thing. They said you need a lot of alcohol and you need an audience that's tightly packed together. They said those are the two things. Everyone said alcohol and a tightly packed together audience. That's what everyone said. And I was like, that's just every Indian party, right? That's just alcohol and no personal space. Followed up with political opinions forced upon whoever's unfortunate enough to walk into the living room. I'll go to Indian parties and Indian uncles will be like, hey, you want to hear my thoughts about black people? I'm like, already? They haven't even brought out the appetizers. Already? No, but I think this will be good. And then my friend was like, and you need the audience to listen. I was like, damn it, no, damn it, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Indian people don't listen, man. That's why the show, I didn't think it was gonna work. Indian people don't listen. That's a big issue. Indian people don't listen at all. I'll call my mom to talk about something serious. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna change my major. And she's like, major ekpo, but on the bitch. Love that one. Love that one. What? What am I talking about? What are you talking about? I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna push for a different degree. She's like, push pa, I love it. I get it. I love that one. It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be young. I'm happy to be Indian. Yeah, I'm happy to be both young and Indian. Yes. I don't think you can do both at the same time. I don't think those two things go together. You can't ever fully be young while you're Indian. I want to be Gen Z. But all my Gen Z friends love therapy. All my Gen Z friends are in therapy. I don't really believe in therapy as an Indian guy. Because why go to therapy when you can just keep it inside until it turns into rage? That you take out on your son, right? That's Indian culture. Like one day you get mad, one day you come home, your son changes the thermostat incorrectly, just fucking That's how you get your feelings out, right? I once told my dad I was sad, he told me that's for women and white people. That's real. He told me it's for women and white people. Yeah. And then I guess it's true. No, white people are interesting. Indian people have an interesting relationship with white people right now, right? Indian people are really upset at white people, right? Indian people are very mad that white people are doing Indian culture without giving us credit. That's the big thing. Everyone's upset that white people are playing in the arenas up there. There's a balcony up there too. Yeah. No, Indian people are upset. Indian people are upset that white people are doing Indian things without giving us credit, right? They're like, white people are doing yoga, they're meditating, they're not giving us any credit. They're doing yoga, they're meditating, they're drinking chai. Can you believe that they're doing that? I think we should let them. I don't know. I have a theory that I don't think yoga and meditation actually work on Indian people. That's my theory. White women do yoga and meditate. They're very calm, relaxed, soft-spoken people to be around. My parents have done yoga and meditated my whole life. They're not relaxed at all. My mom meditates every morning. That doesn't stop her from yelling at the minimum wage worker at the restaurant for getting our order wrong, right? My dad drinks chai every day. He still used to hit me, right? I didn't need caffeine behind that punch. Does that make sense? So I think white women should be allowed to do yoga. I think white women should be allowed to meditate. As long as, they do, but they do it very differently than Indian people. They do it very differently than Indian people. They do it in very tight clothes. I don't know if you've seen white women do yoga. They do it in very tight clothes. That's not how you're supposed to do yoga. Yoga is a very stretching medium. You gotta be in loose clothes. So I think white women should be allowed to do yoga as long as Indian men are allowed to watch. That's a fair trade, right? It's your body, but it's our culture. Maybe you can keep doing it if you respond to our messages on Instagram. creepy Indian uncles, like, this guy's making very good points. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. No, I think, okay, I don't, my parents are becoming more American, which is cool. My parents are becoming much more progressive. My parents are becoming much more American, but I don't think they're doing it the right way. Like, my dad's becoming very American. He's wearing, like, polo t-shirts. He's telling me, like, follow my dreams. He's buying oat milk, that's new. But I think he's doing it wrong, because my dad buys oat milk, but he still beats me. Like, you can't do both, right? Like, surely when you buy the oat milk, you have to stop. You have to stop hitting the kids, right? Like, you can't hit me with the belt and be like, hey son, our vegan dinner is ready, right? The belt is leather. Like, I go grocery shopping with my dad, and he'd be like, oh, we have to get the organic meat, the chickens that are being abused. It's like, buddy, I'm being abused. What are we doing about that? No, but I've been coming home more. I'm trying to be a good son. I'm trying to be a good son. I'm trying to figure out my parents, figure out more about them as people. I'm trying to get to know my mom, which is awesome. Yeah. Trying to figure out who my mom is as a person. It's awesome, dude. I think me and my mom, we both love movies. That's what I've been trying to connect with her on. But I think there's a glass barrier on how close we can get, right? Because I'll call her up, I'll tell her about my favorite movie. I'm like, oh, I love it because of this plot. I love it because of this character. I love it because of this cinematography. And then she'll just go, well, it didn't make any money. What? Why does that matter? Are you the producer? What is that? And then she'll tell me about her favorite movies, and then I'll be like, what'd you like about them? She's like, it made lots of money. One time she was talking about a movie she didn't like, and she gave me actual reasons, and I thought we were getting something. She goes, at the end, she goes, well, who am I to say it made lots of money? So who am I to say? No, I think me and my mom are getting along now more. I think we used to fight a lot in high school, that's true. Me and my mom used to fight a lot in high school, that's true. We used to fight a lot because I wanted to be an English major in high school. That's the truth. I wanted to go to college, I wanted to study English. I wanted to be an English major. My mom hated it. She wanted me to do something practical. She's always like, Sanjay, why are you an English major? And I have to be like, so I don't sound like you. It's probably my fault why we didn't get along. That's probably my fault. I was not a nice kid. No, but I've been coming home more. I think coming home makes you realize how much the person you want to be is different from the way you grew up. You can't be who you want to be when you come back home, right? Big deal for me is this year I wanted to exercise. I want to work out more. I want to exercise. I want to eat healthy. I want to do everything. Eating healthy is impossible when you come home to an Indian household. I don't know if you've ever tried it. There's too much emotional guilt behind every meal. I don't know why all aunties do this. Okay, let's say I don't like eggplant curry, right? I'll tell an auntie I don't like eggplant curry. She'll always be like, well, you ever tried my eggplant curry? You ever tried my eggplant curry? My eggplant curry will change your whole perspective on the whole thing. No. But I get it. I understand, Indian aunties, I understand. Because I meet Indian uncles that are like, I don't like Muslim people. And I'm like, but you haven't met my Muslim people. My Muslim people that really change your whole perspective on Pakistan. My friend Bilal can do it, for sure. Who's a hookah addict. My friend Bilal is a hookah addict. He's going to change your perspective, for sure. No, I've been trying to eat healthier. I've been trying to eat much healthier. I don't think it matters, though. I feel like after the age of 20, as an Indian guy, at that point you're just working out to fight the ghost of your dad's body. That's all that's happening. It's sneaking up on you. Alright? Because I work out a lot. I lift weights, I run, I do cardio, I eat healthy, I do the whole thing. And it doesn't matter because I'm South Indian. Because then I'll eat like one naan and I'll just get like this shit right here. What is this, bro? What is this? Stop laughing. This is my life. Zoom the camera in. I get this, bro. I get this. This is what happens to all Indians after the age of 20. This is Indian culture. This is why Indian shirts are so long. It's to cover this. Okay, I was interested. It's hard for an Indian guy to get abs. I don't know if you knew that. It's really hard for a South Indian guy to get abs. For a South Indian guy to get abs, you have to like poop. You gotta poop. You gotta clear the whole system out. Then you gotta shave your stomach hair in the path of a six-pack to create the optical illusion. Then it's all lighting and angles. Okay. You know how hard it is for a South Indian to get abs? You know how hard it is for a South Indian to get abs? It's why Bahubali took so long to make. Yeah. They just never dealt with the logistics of getting a South Indian body that kind of physique, okay? And I was interested as to why every Indian has this kind of body. Why does every Indian have this body? It's actually because of the British I don't know if you knew that. It's because of the British. Yeah. In World War II, the British were fighting the Nazis, okay? And they needed food to feed their soldiers, but they didn't have any, so they took all the crops from India. So they starved all these Indian people in mass. In between 5 to 10 million Indian people died in the Bengali famine. And then when we started getting our food back, the rest of us were so malnourished that our bodies started retaining carbs at a much higher rate. Yeah, that's true. And that's why like we have all this stomach. That's why like our bodies get like started turning carbs into fat instead of energy. And I know this, but it's not encouraging information to take to the gym. Like, I just wanted to do some cardio. I didn't know I had to outrun systematic genocide. What? I'm not that fast. No, I was interested in that time period. Back then, India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, we all used to be one. We all used to be one. South Asia used to be one. So that means it's easier for brown men to divide their country before their stomach. Right? We don't have workout splits, we have workout partitions. That's a history joke, if you didn't get that. That's a history joke, okay. That's what I love about Indians, though, man. That's what I love about Indians. I don't think we care about racism as much as the other minorities. I don't think we care about racism as much. I think what matters to us more is who's doing the racism. I think that's more important. Because I'm from here, I'm from Texas. I live in New York now, but I'm from here. I remember one time I was at this bar, and I was at this bar with my British friend who was visiting, right? And the super southern conservative guy was like, "Oh, get out of here, you curry muncher." He said that, and that was very upsetting. And then my British friend was like, "Oh, wait, leave him alone." And I turned to my British friend and I was like, "Why don't you shut the hell up, you goddamn immigrant? Why don't you go back to where you came from, okay? Because sure, the conservative guy hates me, okay? Sure, the conservative guy hates me. But the British guy is the reason I'm here, right? Like, sure, he thinks I smell bad, but you have my grandfather's jewelry in your museum. That's way worse. That's way worse. Yeah, I don't like the Brits. I don't. Their colonization was pretty bad. Their rap music might be worse. This is gonna be purely for the kids, I'm sorry, but the rap music, I don't know if you've heard British rap, right? I like American rap. Because American rap is like, oh, you better not come to Compton. You better not come to the Bronx. You better not come to Harlem. Even if you haven't been to these areas, they sound dangerous, right? Like, they sound dangerous. British rap is like, oh, you better not come to Westminster. What? It sounds like a gated neighborhood, to be honest with you. Like, oh, you better not step to East Yorkshire. Why? Is that where you holiday? Dude, I heard this one British rapper in this song. He had this line in his song. He said, I pull out the gun, and the ting goes, switches to boom, boom, boom. That's not what a gun sounds like. At all, I wasn't even close. But that's what you get when you ban guns. The rap onomatopoeia really suffers. But nobody talks about that. Okay, I want to move on, but I'm going to get a sip of water really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, how many of you guys are in a relationship, out of curiosity? How many of you guys are in a relationship? I love Indian uncles, because they're like, she has my wife and kids, but I think we're just friends. I think we're just friends, okay? No, I love older Indian couples. I love happy older Indian couples. It's a beautiful relationship. Yeah, older Indian couples are beautiful, man. The happy ones, for sure. Some of y'all need to get divorced. Oh my God. Some of you guys need to get divorced, for sure. I think white people need to stay together more. Indian people need to get divorced, for sure. Because white women will divorce their husband because he didn't remember their favorite color. Indian women will watch their husband curse out their mother and then be like, he was tired. He was tired. He didn't have his tie, okay? God. That's but the happy ones, I love older Indian couples. I don't like that younger Indian couples are trying to behave like white people. That's a real problem. Younger Indian couples are trying to be white. And I don't like that, because we're in Western society, but there's an art to being an Indian couple that I think is becoming lost, okay? It's becoming lost. I was walking down the street a couple weeks ago in New York, and I saw this younger Indian couple arguing. Which is fine, that happens in every relationship, but they were fighting like white people, okay? Like, the guy was nodding his head, pretending like he understood what the hell was happening. And the woman was like, it's about how I feel. You're not validating my feelings. I need you to acknowledge my feelings before we can move forward. And I was just watching, so I was like, dude, could you just slap the shit out of this guy so we can go home? And then drink some dark liquor, and then talk shit about her to the relatives, and they'll body shame her before the next argument. That's Indian culture. That's childhood. That's what I'm used to, all right? Okay, that might sound harsh for white people. That might sound extreme. That might sound excessive for white people, I understand. But that's why white people have Down syndrome babies. Hear me out. We're gonna get through that, okay? I know that was a crazy thing to say. But we will get through that, okay? That's actually statistically true, for the record. That's actually statistically true. White people on average have kids with special needs at a much higher rate than any other race. Indian, Black, Hispanic, Asian, white people have kids with special needs at a much higher rate. And it's because white people on average have kids at a later age, which increases your chances of having a child with special needs. Because white people are focused on their careers and finding themselves. Minorities, we have a lot of teen pregnancies and arranged marriages, but that's why we have NBA players and spelling bee champions, alright? So, enjoy your little retarded kids, we make winners over here, okay? Alright, if your son isn't practicing his times tables with the sole intention of getting 10 in a row right so mommy and daddy stop fighting, you're raising a quitter. That's my point. White people have big houses for dumb kids. We have kids early, so they'll buy us houses later. That's my point. Generational trauma builds generational wealth. Got on board there? Yeah, generational trauma builds generational. I understand I used the word that you're not supposed to use there. I apologize for that. I apologize. But I know the progressive way to say it is neurodivergent. Neurodivergent is the way to say that word. But why would you give them a bigger word? Wouldn't that... Well, if there ever was a group of people you shouldn't elongate the word for, if you can't spell neurodivergent, you should be allowed to say it. That's my take. And me, I'm in that camp, okay. Obviously I'm joking, I was joking, okay. Minorities have kids with special needs. Minorities do have kids with special needs. Indians have kids with special needs. Indians do have kids with special needs. It's just we pretend like they don't exist. That's our issue. For sure, that's our issue. Like, I knew this Indian kid that got diagnosed with autism at age 17. That kind of feels a little bit late to get into that, right? Kind of feels like you could have caught that a little bit earlier. Really, when he's almost done with school? Like, I've known this guy my whole life, and you could tell that something was off. Because he would be biting other kids. At like his 15th birthday party. And anytime we brought it up to his parents, they'd always be like, ooh, shut up. Oh no, he's just got us for something he did in his past life. He'd be fighting after this pooch. I'm like, no, he tells man, he needs a doctor. Show this guy a doctor. Something I'm passionate about. No, I know, but I don't want to speak for other races. But I am from the South. And I have a lot of black friends, so I know there's something similar going on over there, just with different accents. Similar thing, different accents. Like, I know there's some grandmother out there that's like, the only special needs Jeremiah has is Jesus. That's what I think their version of that is. Okay, I'll move on as well. I'm trying to get into a relationship. It's not working out. Dude, dating is hard. Dating is hard when no one hotter than you wants to date you. That's the real issue. Everyone wants someone hotter than them. No one wants someone at the same level or slightly below. Right? And that's not how life works, because that would mean the bottom 10% are just going to die alone. You know the worst thing about the dating apps? I don't know how much you guys know about dating apps. Maybe some of you are on them secretly, I don't know. But that's your business. I didn't say that. But the way it works is that you see someone's profile. You see a couple pictures of them and some information. You can choose whether to match or not, right? The worst thing about these dating apps is when you're scrolling through a profile, the first picture is a group picture, right? It's her and her friends. It's a group picture. And there's a very beautiful girl in that picture. And then you keep scrolling and you realize that's not who the profile belongs to. It's very disappointing, man. That's like going to see the Jackson 5 and only Daryl comes out. And I know that's true because I just made Daryl up off the top of my head. That's not a real member of the Jackson 5. But no, here's my thing with dating apps. Okay, here's my genuine thing with dating apps. I think it should work like a resume. Because I'm not the most attractive guy, but I do have hot ex-girlfriends. That should count for something, right? I think I should be able to put a picture up of my hottest ex-girlfriend so that other women see that. Other beautiful women see that and they're like, oh, he has experience. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I think that's how it should work, because I think getting a great relationship, it's like having a great job. It's like having a great job. And some of these offers you get when you're in between girlfriends is quite frankly insulting. It's like getting fired from Goldman Sachs and then McDonald's is like, oh, we heard you're available. No, not for you. I think your ex-girlfriend should be able to leave letters of recommendation on your profile. What Sanjay lacked in emotional availability, he more than made up for with hilarious jokes. I think that should be taken into account. I think if you're a hot person, you break up with someone, you're like the boss of that relationship. You're like the boss of that relationship. You wield all the power, right? And even in divorce, the partner that makes less money gets alimony because they've been accustomed to a certain lifestyle. I think if you're a hot person, you break up with someone, you should keep hooking up with them until they get back on their feet as a severance package. That's what I think. That's what I think we should do. I think that's a good plan. I'm not dating anymore. I was in a relationship. Not anymore. I'm gonna get real with you guys. I was in a relationship. My girlfriend was black. I think she still is black. She's just not my girlfriend anymore. Okay, someone said something. I understand Indian people have their thing about interracial dating. I understand it. I know that's a very stigmatized topic in Indian culture, okay? But like, what is the difference but the hair? Okay, anyway, okay, no, I understand Indian people are very stigmatized about interracial dating. I understand that, okay? Because when we were together, a bunch of people were like, oh, why didn't you try and date an Indian girl? And it's like, I tried. It's just Indian women don't really like creative guys. Okay? They don't. I tried. I went to both the predominantly black high school, predominantly Indian high school in high school. That's true, okay? And I went to the black high school, I got like a haircut, and the black woman would be like, okay, haircut. Yeah. I'd like wear new shoes, they'd be like, okay, shoes. I remember I wore a pink t-shirt to my Indian high school, and the Indian women were like, oh, we didn't know you were gay? What? Why would you say that to me? They don't, like Indian women are very judgmental, man. Black women aren't. Like, Indian people are judgmental, not just Indian women. Indian people are very judgmental. Okay, is that a crazy thing to say? Yeah, we're all very aware. If you're upset by that statement, you're proving my point. Indian people are so judgmental. Everyone's so judgmental, but everybody is crazy. So I don't judge mentals. Here's how I know Indian women are judgmental, okay? When I told my mom I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, she was like, oh, that doesn't make lots of money. And then, now I'm talking to Indian girls my age at college parties, and they're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to be a stand-up comedian. They're like, oh, that doesn't make a lot of money. Nothing changed between the accents. And then I meet their boyfriends, like, what do you like about him? They're like, he makes lots of money. No, I think, no, but I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship with a black woman, which was awesome. I think it was a beautiful period of my life. People say weird things to you when you're in a relationship with a black woman. Indian guys, black women, you don't see that a lot. Indian guys, black women. Yeah, no. The thing people said to us a lot was like, oh, he probably has a thing for black women. He probably has jungle fever. That's the term, yeah. If you have a thing for black women, they say, oh, he probably has jungle fever. That's the slang term, right? And that, number one, that sounds super racist. But number two, it doesn't make sense because she was with me, an Indian guy. So I'm like, what does she have? Jungle book fever? What are we doing? Okay. No, we argued a lot towards the end of the relationship. We did argue a lot. For sure, we argued a lot. We would do a lot of stuff to mess with each other. One time to mess with me, she changed my Wi-Fi password to the N-word. That's true, she changed my Wi-Fi password to the N-word. And she got mad at me because I typed it. I didn't think it was that serious. I was like, I just needed the Wi-Fi. I don't know, can I type the N-word? Can I not type the N-word? And she was like, Sanjay, you used voice to text. I was like, I don't even see why that's relevant, to be honest with you, okay? That was a mediocre reaction to what I was expecting. Is that me? No, that is me. It's my cousin. He's having visa problems, for sure. But we'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it after. This is more important, okay? What else do I want to talk about? No, I want to talk about breaking up with someone. We broke up, right? Eventually, obviously, right? We broke up. We broke up about 10 days before Election Day. That's true. We broke up about 10 days before Election Day. And that's how I knew Trump was going to win. Because if we couldn't see black and Indian in our future, how could America? Yeah. It's a Kamala joke. People that don't pay attention to politics. No, we broke up. No, I think dating makes you insecure, man. After we broke up, I got very insecure. It makes you very insecure. You start to question a lot of things about yourself as a human being, right? Best way to fight insecurities from the younger generation is Snapchat. I don't know if you guys know this. Snapchat is the best way to fight insecurities. Because Snapchat has this feature where every time you delete a picture, it says, "Are you sure you want to abandon your masterpiece?" It's true. Snapchat says, "Are you sure you want to abandon your masterpiece?" every time you delete a picture. So I took a lot of naked pictures of myself on Snapchat after the breakup. It was good for my self-confidence. I recommend it. That is what scares me about modern relationships, man. It is. It's going to get uncomfortable here, but what scares me about modern relationships is the sex aspect, okay? That's true. I know sex is very stigmatized in the Indian community. I know we don't talk about sex publicly. I know that. We don't talk about it publicly, which doesn't make sense. Because everyone's doing it, just no one's talking about it, okay? Like, there's a billion Indians. Statistically, that's so much sex. Those people just don't come out of nowhere. No, what scares me about the sex aspect is just like, I don't understand why it's the most important part of a relationship, okay? I'm not gonna get gross with it, don't worry, but I just don't understand why is that the most important part of a relationship, right? Every religion says that, every society says that sex is the most important thing, don't do it before marriage, don't do it before marriage, don't do it with anyone before marriage, right? But like, most people's faces are better looking than their genitals. So why are we saving the genitals for the person that we love the most? Why is sex shouldn't matter. We should be covering our faces and saving it for our spouse. That's why I want to talk to you guys about the Nation of Islam. That's what it's been all about this entire time. Should we get political? Okay. I don't know how to, man. Politics are, I'm a student. So everyone gets political when you don't want them to. Everyone in college is very persistent about their political beliefs. I always encounter it against my will. Because I'm a student. I remember one time I was in a library and I saw this guy wearing a t-shirt that said Hamas. That's true, he was wearing a t-shirt that said Hamas. And I don't know how you feel about that whole thing, okay? But it's terrible, like that's probably the worst take to have on that, right? That's probably the worst stance, right? To support the terrorist group Hamas. I was like, how is he supporting Hamas, the terrorist group Hamas? I was getting angry, and then he turned, and I saw that the full t-shirt actually said Bahamas. I was like, okay, I need to relax. I need to go outside. It's true. No, even outside it's crazy. Even outside it's insane. I remember when I first got to college, I started stand-up comedy. I wanted to promote a lot of comedy shows. I was doing a lot of stand-up comedy. I wanted to promote. So I went to the park. It was a beautiful day. And I started handing out these flyers to anyone that was walking by, man. I was really locked in. I was in the zone. I handed out like 250 flyers within that hour. So I was like, hey, do you guys like stand-up comedy? We have a show on Friday. Oh, hey, do you guys like stand-up comedy? We have a show on Friday. Oh, hey, do you guys like stand-up comedy? We have a show on Friday. And then about 15 minutes left in my shift, I just see 50 Israel flags gathered all around me. Yeah, and in the corner I see one Palestinian flag. And it's getting serious. They start screaming at each other. They're like, you guys have no respect for the people that were murdered. You guys murdered us. And they're like, you've been murdering us for decades. This is payback. And they kept going back and forth. They were like, we were here first. No, we were here first. No, we were here first. And they were like, it's our land. No, it's our land. No, it's our land. And I was just in the middle of all this. Like, hey, do you guys like stand-up comedy? We have a show on Friday. There's no reserved seating. It's first come, first served, so figure that out amongst yourselves. I don't know. And we're going off technicalities. I was here first. Like I was in this part of the park first, so both of you are encroaching on my territory. It's intense, man. Everything is crazy. Everything is intense. And I hate watching the news as a comedian. So my brain works like joke all day. And then I watch the news and my brain doesn't stop working that way. Right? I was watching the news. It said the Israeli government, they took away food, water, and electricity from 2 million Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. That was really sad. They took away food and water from the 2 million Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. That's true. They took away food and water from 2 million Muslims. And then my brain was like, looks like Ramadan came early this year. But I hate that I think that way, man. I hate it. I hate that I think that way. I know. Racism is weird. It's weird. That's my take. Racism's weird. It's awful, but it's also weird. Okay? I'll give you an example of weird racism. This is something, the type of racism you can laugh at, okay? I'll give you an example. This is the racism you can laugh at, okay? I read about the story how in the 1960s it was illegal for black people and white people to play chess together. That's a real law. It was illegal for black people and white people to play chess together. That kind of feels unnecessary, right? Feels like you didn't need to do that. Because they were out here, they were segregating chess. But I don't know if you've ever played chess. But if you look at the board, the game already comes segregated. Like you don't need to do that on your own. The game is black versus white, and white goes first. What more symbolism do you need? Right? That's why if I was part of this, thank you, thank you, yeah. Thank you, yeah. No, if I was part of the civil rights movement, I'd be trying to push for striped chess pieces. That'd be the way I would get to the racists. I don't know, I'm not really patriotic anymore. Is anyone like patriotic? Is anyone like proud to be American? Anyone? Okay, very silent. No one's proud anymore, man. No one's proud to be American. I used to be, I'm not anymore. There's still a couple of things that remind me that I'm like, oh, I'm American. You know, there's a couple of things. A couple of things that are like, yeah, I'm American, right? That's true. The big thing that gets me is when I'm filling out those online forms and it asks for your country of origin and America isn't at the top. Really? We're gonna go alphabetical on that one? Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll scroll past Kazakhstan to get to the United States of America. Alright? Dude, I'm scrolling past the most bullshit countries. I'm scrolling past like Lebanon, Algeria. I'm seeing Yemen in my peripherals by the time I get to the United States of America. Alright? And I've seen most of these countries in skippable YouTube ads. Okay, what do we do? If your country got messed up by George Bush, our dumbest president, you're below us. That's how it works, okay? And I understand why we do it. I understand why we do it that way. It's the Western, we're moving away from the Western central narrative, right? Moving away from the Western central narrative. No longer is America in the middle of the earth. All countries are equal, right? But even then it's kind of insulting. It's insulting because most of the time when we're filling out these forms, the people from these countries aren't dealing with the problems that we're dealing with when we're filling out these forms. Like I was going past Pakistan while filling out a waiver for indoor skydiving. That's true. I scrolled past Pakistan while filling out a waiver for indoor skydiving. Why would anyone from Pakistan go indoor skydiving? That's an American activity. Because isn't Pakistan's whole thing staying in the plane no matter what? They famously refuse to get out of the plane, right? That's their thing. For sure, I don't know if you guys watched The Rundown. I watched it, I loved it. I thought it was great, love it. Okay, here's what I will say about Pakistan. I'm not super educated, so don't take my quote. Don't quote me on this, okay? Here's my understanding based off my research, okay? Pakistan and India are both racist, okay? But Pakistan teaches their racism in the schools, okay? Like, you ever see those videos of the kids being like, I'm going to grow up, be pilot, and kill India, like that's like third period racism for those guys. Like, shouldn't they be learning math or something else? Indians, we teach racism in the house. That's how you're supposed to learn it at the dinner table. That's why I think we should do that. Okay, I'll move on. What else should I talk about? I don't know. Is anyone happy watching the news? Is anyone happy watching the news? Anyone? No, everyone's upset, right? Those guys especially. Those guys throw drinks at the news. Everyone's upset. I don't know if you're a Democrat or retarded, but sorry. I was just saying that to Rachel. I don't know. I like saying it like that because the Democrats are like, hey, you said the right thing, but don't say it like that. That's why you keep losing elections to rapists. Okay. It's a good point. Okay, I'll move on. I don't know, everyone's upset. I feel like everyone watches the news, they feel like the world could be a little bit better. Everyone watches the news, they're like, things shouldn't be this bad, right? Can you believe this is happening in 2026? That's what people say when they get upset. They're like, can you believe this is happening in 2026? In modern day I hope you want to listen to this guy's WhatsApp call, but no, I'll get back to it. But people are like, can you believe this is happening in 2026? That's what people say when they get upset, right? Because the whole argument is, okay, bad stuff shouldn't happen because we live in the most modern time, right? But here's the thing. Every person that's ever lived has always lived in the most modern time. for every moment of their life forever, right? Because as long as you live in the present, you always live in the most modern time. So I'm sure even back in the day, people were around like, guys, come on. It's 1865. Can we let them go? Really? We're still gonna do the slaves? The slaves in 1865? God, you're so small-minded. And then those people probably went to go yell at a Chinese person for building a crooked railroad. Because that was progressive to them, right? Nobody knows they're being regressive in the moment until the moment is over, right? Like your grandmother is never going to say your grandfather stalked and harassed her. She's just going to say, well, that guy couldn't take no for an answer. And then your grandfather will go to prison if he tried to hit on your grandmother today. My point is to say, like, discrimination, all this stuff, it doesn't actually go away. It just finds different forms. And that's depressing to think about. I have a friend who's kind of an optimist. He's like, Sanjay, you got to find the bagel, not the hole. He's like, oh, you gotta look for the rose, not the thorn. You gotta see the glass is half full, not half empty. So okay, let's try that his way. Let's try it his way. Cool. Man, fuck you, Sri Lanka. It's my best friend. So I just like to bully him. But okay, let's try to be positive about the world. So that's why I shouldn't have said that. I was like, let's be positive about the world. I hate you. Okay, no, let's be positive. So on the one hand, okay, in the world. It's terrible that genocide is happening in 2026, right? It's obviously terrible that genocide is happening in 2026. But if we want to be positive, I guess it's cool how good we've gotten at the genocide. Like back in the day, you had the genocide with bows and arrows. Now you have like the Ethnic Cleanser 9000, which is like an app on your laptop where you can just command alt delete and wipe out a whole village. That's crazy. That's progress, right? Like if part of your job description is genocide, that's no longer an in-person job. Like you don't have to go to the genocide. You can genocide from home. That's crazy. It's a hybrid job. Okay? And so I think if we want to be happy, war technology should be just as impressive to us as any other technology. War technology is just as cool as any other technology. So to me, a hydrogen bomb is just as cool as an air fryer. Remember how excited we were about the air fryer? Remember? An air fryer can warm up some leftover falafel. A hydrogen bomb can warm up the people that make falafel. Okay, I lost you guys, for sure. I was trying to look at it in a genocide half full kind of way, but that was just me. I'm sorry for trying to make sense of this crazy thing we call life. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Well, we should lighten it up. We should. How do you guys? I don't know. Okay, I was talking about racism. I apologize. I don't want to make it seem like Texas is just racist and stuff like that. Racism is everywhere, even in the woke states. Like I live in New York, which is supposed to be the most progressive place of all time. But New York, if politics is a spectrum, New York is so woke that it actually just circles back to racism. I was walking down the street in New York, I saw this ad for this gym, Equinox, right? And it had this like chiseled black guy on it, and he was doing like a side plank in one arm. And then the other arm, he was holding up this little black baby. And then the caption said, commit to something. What? That's racist. I think in their head they were like, make your inner child proud by committing to your fitness goals. The way I read it was, are you a black guy that doesn't want to be a father? Well, why not spend all that time at our gym, bro? Like, that would be like putting me in a commercial for Target and making the caption, a company where red dots matter. It's also racist. Okay. Thank you to the one person that got that. I'll move on. Okay, how do you guys feel about Trump? How do you guys feel about Trump? I'm curious. His fan base is above us. His fan base has the high ground. Oh my God. It's scary. I love Indians and their relationship to Trump. Because during the election, him and his friends were like, oh yeah, we only like white people. And all these uncles were like, buddy, this is deep. This is not brown. Buddy, I know brown. I'm brown, this is white, I alien. And now he's like deporting a lot of people, which is cool. I don't want to just talk shit about Trump. I think he's hilarious. Can we start there? Yeah. Whether you're liberal or Democrat, Trump is so funny. He's so funny, man. He was like, I remember I was watching the news, he signed this thing aimed at decreasing tariffs. He Sadly, he's on the news, he's like, no longer will America suffer because of these terrorists. That's, my Trump impression's not that good. But he was like, yeah, no longer will America suffer because of the terrorists. And I was watching the news, and I was like, wait, did he just solve a problem that he created? You can do that? That'd be like if he prevented a sexual assault by practicing self-control. That was, thank you. No, but Democrats are very upset about it. Democrats are very upset about them. I think we need to chill. I think we need to relax a little bit. Democrats are everywhere, man. Trump got booed at the Kennedy Center and the Lincoln Center. Yeah, that's true. He got booed at the Kennedy Center and the Lincoln Center. And honestly, after what happened to Kennedy and Lincoln, shouldn't we be waiting for a Trump Center? Wouldn't that be the solution to our problems? I like Biden too. I like the Democrats who are fighting amongst themselves. I think we need that. I think we need that as a culture, okay? To improve as a party. I don't know if you guys saw this. Obama actually called out Biden's 2024 race. Yeah, Obama called out Biden's 2024 race. He said it was chaotic and unplanned. And in response, Biden called out Obama's race and said they're too loud at restaurants. That's not what we're talking about, but silly Biden. I like arguing politics with my dad. I think that's my favorite thing. I like arguing politics with my dad, for sure. Because I think every time I meet him with like logic, facts, and reasoning, he always says the same thing. He always says, well, you just don't have the life experience to understand what's really going on. Oh, you don't have the life experience to understand what they're actually doing. You don't have the life experience to understand me. So I remember a couple years ago, oh god, take it, it's fine. I'm sure, maybe they're having these issues, I know, but... No, I remember a couple years later, my dad sent me a video of Biden stuttering. A couple years ago, he sent me a video of Biden stuttering. He's like, see, I told you, he has dementia, he's senile, he's unfit to run the country. And I just sent him back, and I was like, nah, man, you just don't have the life experience to understand what he's saying, right? You think you have life experience? This guy, he's off the charts. Nobody understands what he's saying. Alright? And my dad was upset. He was upset. He could tell I was making fun of him. He was upset. He was like, I feel like you're just using all this as an opportunity to make fun of me. He's like, you feel like I'm just making fun of you? He's like, yeah, I feel like you don't respect me when we argue politics. I was like, you feel like I don't respect you? He's like, Dad, feelings are for women